Hello, thank you for joining me. Today I'm doing a one-off reading for, well, a 14-day reading for Prince William, Prince of Wales, Prince William, on his own for a change. I don't normally mention children in these readings, I don't think it's fair. I'll often say they're okay or something, but I don't do children's readings, so please understand that, because a lot of people ask me to do the children, I won't do that. I don't think it's fair. So this is for Prince William for 14 days, to see if it's changed since I last read for William and Kate some weeks ago. And of course, since then, the new documentary from Prince Harry and Meghan has been released. And we'll see if it's had any effect upon William for the next 14 days. So we have 4 there, go up a bit that way. I'm running out of space here. As always, I'll tell you the negatives first. Thank you for my subscribers, to all of you for joining me. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do so. Join our little group. I think I've got nearly 22,000 followers now. It's all free. Just go down there, click subscribe, click the bell icon, and YouTube will tell you every time I upload a new video. And if you'd like a reading with me privately on the phone, down there, and it's davidcharlespsychic.com. You can find my website. And if you don't want me, one of my team, I've got over 100 psychics that work for me. Not all at the same time, but you can pick one of those. They will work for you 24 hours a day. So let's have a look at the Prince William, Prince of Wales, for the next 14 days since the release of that documentary. I'll tell you the negatives first, as I always do. This card can mean depression, but it usually means crying over spilt milk, wishing you can go back to change things, but you can't. It can mean tears. There may have been some tears from William. Wouldn't be surprised with what's going on at the moment. But you can see the cups are tipped over there, the goblets. It represents crying over spilt milk. So it's possibly wants to go back and change things, but he can't, unfortunately. These are the negatives, as I said. You can see by the hanged man here, this chap hanging upside down, indicates a person that hasn't had an easy time. I know they seem well cared for and live in lovely houses and things, but you can still have a rough time with all that going on. And we know that Prince William lost his mum. But this shows a chap that's had a hard time, and it means that the times are changing, and soon he will be paid by the powers of the universe. He'll get some karma and be repaid for all the rubbish that he's had to put up with in the past. So things are improving, and it will be within the next 14 days, or because of events that take place during the next 14 days. It could be a year away, but that's what it means, that he's going to get repaid for all the rubbish he's put up with. This card indicates possible lawyers, solicitors, people of officialdom, tax people, that kind of thing, but it's probably a lawyer. I think in America you call them attorneys, but it can mean that there's legal stuff going on. It comes up in all of these readings for the royals. I don't know why, but it does. Well, I do know why. And they're often pursuing legal things, and that's not necessarily a negative thing, but it could be. It could be speeding tickets and parking fines, but it often means law, dealing with the law. This is a negative card. You see the beggars in the snow there, got nothing. They've got no money, no food. It indicates a possible loss, and it also indicates a person that's very generous and likes to give to others. But it can mean a loss, so it can mean that William could lose something. It could be a court case, looking at the thing there. I don't think that's what it is. It could mean losing each other, falling out with each other, 2 people losing each other, and he doesn't need any more of that, of course. But losses in readings like this are usually avoidable. So if I was talking to William, if you're watching William, be careful with possessions, investments, that sort of thing. Watch you don't get swindled or lose something, because these things can happen, even to royalty, and they can happen. Where's the negatives? There's some confusion here. Look at these people, confusion. That's around his earthly life, not necessarily his love life. Confusion, people at cross purposes, bickering. Don't think it's family, I think it's around the outsiders, probably the press or news journalists, that sort of thing. That's just an example, but bickering, people at cross purposes, people getting the wrong end of the stick around his earthly life. That's why they're wands. The wands are, of course, the clubs in an ordinary deck of cards. He needs to watch out for confusion. It can mean getting the wrong information, people misunderstanding each other, getting the wrong emails, the wrong phone numbers, that sort of thing. Nothing to worry about. And then another negative here, I think this is the last of the negatives, indicates a deceit from a man. It can mean a lady, but this is usually what I think it's a man in this case. A trickery, deceit, somebody out to do him, to fiddle from him, steal from him, fiddle him, deceive him, cheat him, and it's a person that he needs to avoid. It may be going on right now, will happen within 14 days or because of the next 14 days. He's got to watch out. There are people around who can't be trusted, especially when it comes to money and secrets. He doesn't want to tell secrets to anyone that he doesn't trust or doesn't know that he can trust. So that's all the negatives really. Crying over spilt milk is one of them, and let's tell you some positives. This is another lady linked to his earthly life. It's not his wife, Catherine. It's someone linked to his earthly life. That's what the wands mean, or the clubs. The way in an ordinary person, it's the way you earn your living, that kind of thing. The down-to-earth kind of things. This lady is an advisor to William. I think she's come up before in his readings. And you may know who that is. Tell me in the comments if you know who she is. She's a bit of an animal lover. She may be a single parent. She's the Queen of Wands, and she's someone you can trust. It's not a queen in real terms, it's a Queen of Wands in the deck. But the Queen of Wands is a lady, self-sufficient, a woman that knows where she's going, knows what she wants and how to get it, but you can trust her. And of course, like all of these people, she expects the same in return. But he knows who that is. He's also got a man, a travelling man. As I always say, people travel these days, we all do. This is a man who's solid, who he can talk to, more into financial things, maybe accountants, that sort of thing. It's a pentacle, which would be a diamond in an ordinary deck. So that the Knight of Pentacles is a person who travels, who's solid, a person that will always be there for William whenever he needs him. He's someone he's known for a while, and he will be around him during the next 14 days. Let's have a look. Then he's got the King, same King of Pentacles. I think this is Prince Charles. King Charles. Get it right. I don't get used to calling him that yet. King Charles, I think, is another person who is very close to William. He gets advice from him, and I think William gives advice to his father as well. So they're quite sort of close and getting closer as time passes by. But they will be very close during the next 14 days, giving each other advice, probably because of the fallout from the documentary that I mentioned earlier, that is causing and will continue to cause more trouble as the days pass by, and especially when the second 3 episodes are released very soon. So this one's about money, again earthly stuff, money coming, financial improvement to William. It's not for him, it's for his charities, I think. That's good as well. During the next 14 days there may be an announcement. He may enter a new charity or take on a new charity to help. He likes helping people. That's the sort of bloke he is. You may have noticed, if you can see from there, the sun. This can mean babies, children. Anything to do with children will bring happiness. But the sun means that things are going to shine for William during the next 14 days. They're not as bad as they could have been following that documentary, as people thought they would be. But it can mean a baby. These pregnancies come up all the time. People say a lot of pregnancies in these readings, but that people do have lots of babies in their families, and there is a baby. I don't think it's a pregnancy. I think there's a baby around and a young child around, and it's not one of William's. It may be one that maybe a godchild or something like that. But the sun means that things are shining and things are picking up. So he can expect improvement during the next 14 days, or as I keep saying, because of the next 14 days. So then he has the Fool. If you can see that, the Fool is about to step off the edge of the cliff. 1 foot on, 1 foot off. The dog looks at him as if to say, don't do it. The Fool is the Joker in an ordinary deck of cards. For a few card players out there. The Joker, and there would be 2 of those, of course. There's only 1 in a tarot deck. The Fool card means take a risk. Don't step over the edge of the cliff. Don't step over the precipice, but take a risk. So something will pop up in William's life during the next fortnight that he may mull over it for a while, but the spirit world will say to him, have a go, take a chance. Something new, something adventurous, something exciting. May make the newspapers, we'll see. But that seems to be a lot of it. Then another pentacle card here. This chap is showing people his skills. You can see that. It means that William will be sought after during the next 14 days, or because of it, to help people, maybe to open buildings, supermarkets or whatever, But to do things, I don't think supermarkets, but to do things that royals do, is going to be sought after. His diary is going to be pretty full and getting fuller towards the end of the next couple of weeks, especially for the springtime bookings and that sort of thing. So he's got to stop crying over spilt milk. He's got a woman he trusts. He could have legal stuff going on. He could experience a loss, which is concerning me. I don't want him to do that. So I hope he takes care of possessions. The sun also, I should have said, means new beginnings. So that, along with the Fool card, the Joker, means take a chance. Things are changing. Things are improving. It's not a dull reading. Then we have this, it's not surprising, this one. A cup card. And it's 4 of cups. The cups in a ordinary deck, of course, are the hearts, which are for emotion and love. And that shows a person being offered love and kindness, but he's not seeing it. This means that somebody quite fancies him. I know thousands of ladies all over the world fancy Prince William, but somebody near to him has got a bit of a crush on him. Let me know if you think, if you know who that could be. It's not going anywhere. He doesn't even know. Look, he's not looking. He doesn't want to see it, but he doesn't see it. It's right under his nose. Somebody's got a bit of a hot feeling for Prince William, a bit of a crush, as I said. And he may never find out, but if he watches this reading, he may know who it is. But the rest of it, pretty good. There could be travel on the reading as well. Could be some travel. I don't think they'll be travelling in 14 days, but they may start to, well, William may start to book things in the future for travel. So it's very sought after. He's got to take more chances, be a bit more risky for the next 14 days. And I just want to look at a couple of oracle cards for him and see what they come up with. Give these a bit of a shuffle. Oracle cards usually back up what the tarot said. They don't always, but they usually will back up what the tarot said. They've been shuffled already, but I'll give them another go. And we'll take a look at these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the first one is a water card, and I need my glasses for this. And you see the autumn leaves through a frosted up, well, a steamed up window. Nice photograph. Missing out on an opportunity. Open your eyes to possibilities. There matches the Fool card. Take a chance. Open your eyes to possibilities. The Sun card, new beginnings. This oracle card says, a question mark. Are you missing out on an opportunity? Open your eyes to the possibilities. So he needs to open his eyes, otherwise he could miss something really exciting. The second is an Earth card. A butterfly, springtime there. Landing on some clover, I think. And this one says, good things will happen when you give yourself some of the love that you give to others. I hope he's watching this. William, good things will happen when you give yourself some of the love that you give to others. So he's a very giving person, especially emotionally when it comes to love and that sort of thing. The third oracle card, an air card. Clouds, the sun setting, or is it coming up? I think it's setting. This one says, keep an open mind and heart. A blessing in disguise will arrive any day. So again, it's a 14-day reading. The oracle agrees with me. A blessing in disguise will arrive any day. I think it will make the newspapers and the news headlines. Something special is happening to William during or because of the next 14 days from today. The last one's an air card again. Someone in the mist on a lake with an outboard motor. I'm glad it's not me. Looks like it's getting dark. Looks cold as well. It's an air card and it says, it's safe for you to stop comparing yourself to other people. Does William compare himself to other people? I don't know. He doesn't need to. He's only human like the rest of us. So, it's a good reading. There's a couple of negatives, but they're all avoidable. Stress is one of them I didn't mention, but all of these royal readings seem to be stressful. They're going through a lot of stuff at the moment. I know they are. I think the new documentary hasn't been as explosive as people thought it would be, but the next 3 episodes could be. But I think they've been cut and edited since they were made. I think they were made last year. Last August, I think they were finished. So if you'd like a reading with me, it's davidcharlespsychic.com. Down there on what's it. If you want my team of over 100 psychics, you can get them on there as well, and they'll read for you 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world. Please subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope William watches this. And let me know in the comments what you think. Don't put any naughty down there, I'll delete it. And click the bell icon. Subscribe if you would. Share me with your friends, see what they think of it. And make some comments. I try to answer all the comments if I can. If there's too many, I can't, but I'll answer them all if I can. And it's been lovely talking to you all, wherever you are in this lovely world. Remember my motto, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you'll be loved. And I love every single one of you. Take it easy. See you soon. Catch you later. Bye-bye.